I want to tell you something, and the focus is not going to be on me after when I start my points, but I want you to know, whatever demons you battle, whatever flesh patterns you have, whatever the enemy comes against you with, pride, fear, insecurity, whatever it is, please know that he comes against pastors 10 times harder, because he knows he can affect your life if he can hurt my life. And it happens a lot in churches all the time, and that's when sheep scatter because they're focusing on this shepherd rather than that shepherd. I want to ask you, and I actually want you to answer to see what your answer is. What do you think in the United States right now the average tenure is for a pastor in the United States? In other words, if a pastor starts a church, or if he's sent to a church, or if he's hired by a church, or if he's moved from one church to the other, what do you think the national average of a pastor's tenure is? And this is actually before COVID. It's actually lower now. This was taken a few years before COVID. The national average of a pastor's tenure, in other words, how long he's at a church, how long do you think it is? 16 months. In 2008, it was 18 months. It's gone down to 16, and they haven't taken that survey after COVID yet. That's in America. Why do you think that is? Because the devil attacks the shepherd more than anybody. If you got in my mind for 2 minutes, you'd probably want to kill yourself. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. So the enemy knows the Bible. Now, I want to read you 18 qualifications for an earthly pastor. It's in the Bible. I'm going to put the scripts up and I'm going to read it. There are 18 qualifications for an earthly pastor. What I want you to realize is your heavenly pastor is perfect in all of these qualifications all of the time. Your earthly pastor is not. 16 of the 18 have to do with character traits. There's only one ability that a pastor needs in the Bible. There's 16 character traits, one ability, and then one really special thing that I'm going to show you. Okay, but let me read them to you so we can go over it. Oh, by the way, before I read it, take it back. This is not only the qualifications for a pastor, it's also the qualifications for elders. It's also qualifications for Christians. In fact, everything that a pastor is supposed to strive for is actually everything that all Christians are supposed to strive for. It'd be like saying, well, if you're going to be the president, you can't cheat on your taxes. Well, no Americans should cheat on their taxes. You understand the difference? Okay, so I want you to think about that. Titus 1:6, have one wife. 1 Timothy 3:4, have submissive children. God help us. Titus 1:7, be a faithful steward. Titus 1:7, be humble. 1 Timothy 3:3, gentle. 1 Timothy 3:3, non-violent. 1 Peter 5:3, non-greedy. 1 Timothy 3:2, hospitable. Titus 1:8, love what's good. 1 Timothy 3:2, self-control. Titus 1:8, upright. Titus 1:8, be holy or set apart. 1 Timothy 3:6, spiritually mature. 1 Timothy 3:7, respected. 1 Peter 5:3, an example. Now, John 10:1-7, Ephesians 4 says, this is the qualification that is not for regular Christians, just pastors. They have to be appointed by God. They have to be called by God, not call themselves, and not everybody think, oh, you're such a good pastor. But there needs to be an obvious calling of God on their life. And then the only ability that they need, that also elders need, but not every Christian, is Titus 1:9, be able to teach. Be able to teach. So here's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not a good pastor, biblically. No matter how hard I try, I will not be a good pastor, because no one is good but God. But I can try my best. But my goal is to always teach you not about me, but to teach you about your heavenly pastor. Because a lot of times we want to focus on the earthly. We got to focus on the heavenly. I also want to say this. This past week I went to a Ravens game. I know today's football Sunday, whatever you call it, Jersey Sunday. Yeah, blah, blah. So last week I went to a Ravens game. I went because it was Mark's birthday. My wife and I went with him, and that's what he wanted to do for his birthday. And, whatever, it's football.